in second place. Rudy Galindo's program comes up in a little bit. And the Bruins right now in third place. Hello, everyone. We are back at Matthews Arena in Boston with the Hershey's Kisses Figure Skating Challenge, a team competition featuring both eligible and ineligible skaters, amateurs and professionals, if you will. And Peggy, you know how lonely it can be out on the ice. It's got to be awfully encouraging to have someone like Dorothy Hamill in your corner.
Oh, it sure is, Terry. The team spirit here is obviously an added inspiration, and you could really see that with Michelle Kwan's teammates as they cheered her on in the kiss and cry area. You know, after the intense individual pressure these skaters experience at Worlds and Nationals, it's nice to be part of a competition with a built-in support system.
And Dick, when you watch someone like 15-year-old Michelle Kwan, you get the feeling that she has just begun to tap into her potential.
Well, you know, it's a rare young skater who's as mature and able to handle the enormous pressure and expectations of being a national and world champion as Michelle Kwan is. But figure skating doesn't stop at the World Championships. It's equally as rare to see a skater who doesn't continue to grow and develop as a professional. And that's what makes this combination of skaters so much fun to watch.
And there have been a lot of fun times in this arena. It has played host to presidents from Teddy Roosevelt to John F. Kennedy, and welcomed American heroes from Charles Lindbergh to Northeastern's own Reggie Lewis. When we think of sports in Boston, we think of the Boston Garden. But long before the Boston Garden, which closed its doors in 1995, there was another equally cherished sports palace known as the Boston Arena. Built in 1910 and known today as Matthews Arena, it is part of the inner city campus of Boston's Northeastern University. The arena was the first all-purpose sports facility in the U.S., with the world's largest artificial ice surface. Jack Grenold of Northeastern spoke of this skating mecca.
We like to think of this building as the cradle of ice hockey and figure skating events in America. In 1930, the queen of all ice, Sonja Henie, skated here. She also, many people forget, was the #1 box office attraction in movies at that era. So she was larger than life. And it's here where a young lady from the town of Newton would come in. She had her own key to the building. She would come in at 5 a.m.
The young lady from Newton was Olympian Tenley Albright.
In those days, this building was more glass than brick, since it was easier to heat a building than to light it. And Tenley would come in the morning, picking up stray hot dog rolls that were here from a hockey activity that had ended at probably 1 a.m. And as the sun cascaded through the many windows, she would turn on her phonograph and skate all by herself as the building filled with light.
At Matthews, figure skaters still vie for ice time with the ever-consuming demands of hockey. But although this was the birthplace of the Boston Bruins, one local hero hated this sport.
Babe Ruth, having many spare moments, he only lived around the corner, decided to come out and try outings with the Arena AC. He departed screaming, "You guys are nuts," and continued to stay with the Red Sox for many, many years.
The Boston Arena was not all about hockey. Boxing greats like Joe Louis laced them up for major bouts at what has been called the Basilica of Sport. It was also the original home of the Boston Celtics, who worked their magic here on the nation's first parquet floor. Over the years, the Celtics turned out legendary champions like Bob Cousy, but the most memorable time in the history of what came to be known as Matthews Arena focused on college basketball.
It was in the 1980s that Reginald Lewis came to Northeastern. During Reggie's era in this building, Northeastern won 58 games 4 times and went on to participate in 4 consecutive NCAA championships. Reggie went on not only to captain the Northeastern team, but moved down to the Boston Garden, where he would captain the Boston Celtics and become an NBA All-Star.
Reggie Lewis was a beloved figure in the Boston community, an inspiration as a player and a role model for kids. He was as generous as he was unassuming. But Reggie Lewis also had a weak heart, and when he died in 1993 at the age of 27, More than 6,000 people crowded Matthews Arena for his funeral service. 3 years after Reggie Lewis graduated from Northeastern, his number was retired to the rafters of Matthews. It's in its 86th year. The arena celebrates the heroes of its past and the